Hi, hello. So this is a video about the new prophecy. This is just going to be a maybe shortish video on why I think the TNP novels will become just kinda obsolete after the graphic novels drop. And I'm saying that as someone who really loves the TNP novels. This video might be a little messy because I'm just writing whatever comes to mind. So, to begin, let's just start off with what I think the TNP novels do really well. I think that they have a really good cast of characters. Like, for me personally, I prefer the new prophecy over the prophecies begin because I find the characters significantly more enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, I still like a lot of the prophecy begins characters, like Tallstar, Cinderpelt, Yellowfang, and Longtail, but I just find TNP characters more memorable, I guess. Like, a lot of characters present in TNP continue to have a lot of relevance throughout the series. Like, Leafpool, Mothwing, Hawkfrost, I guess, Squirrelflight, Brambleclaw, Tawnypelt, Crowfeather, Ashfur, Mistyfoot, Blackstar, and One Star. All of these characters that I just listed, you could probably do an incredibly deep dive on. And with some of them, I don't even know where to begin. Secondly, I really like how TNP handles POVs. I think multiple POVs were a great addition to the novels, assuming the character POV isn't boring. For the most part, I really enjoyed the POVs in TNP. I think TNP especially really benefits from multiple POVs because for the first half, you have two POVs in different locations. One focuses on the journeying cats, while the other focuses on the cats in the forest. This can be nice because having two POVs can accomplish more in a single book. As for the POVs themselves, Squirrelflight and Leafpool were easily my favorites. I just found Brambleclaw to be okay, and Stormfur was certainly there. I honestly thought his POV was really boring until near the end of the book. And Feathertail technically has one chapter out of the entire arc. Unfortunately, we didn't get a POV for Crowfeather or Tawnypelt in TNP, which I think TNP could have really benefited from. Thirdly, I know people are really split on this, but I actually enjoy how long TNP feels. It feels like an actual journey. Like, you can easily split TNP into two main parts. You have the traveling during the first half of the arc, and then you have the establishment of the lake territories and all the conflict that results from it. And from there, you have your main plot points. There are significant events that occur in TNP, however, they feel so spread out. A lot happens in TNP, but the pacing in these books is, yeah, it's something. There's just long periods of time where it feels like there's nothing impactful really happening. And then the book reminds you, oh yeah, there actually is stuff happening. I personally think the plot in TNP is super entertaining, but only when it actually wants to be entertaining. Like, I'm not sure how to really put it, but TNP just feels like a lot of side questing until the main plot points actually happen, which I'm personally alright with, but I can't deny that this is an issue. Okay, so why do I think the graphic novels will make the TNP novels obsolete? I think the graphic novel will make TNP so much more accessible to new readers. Because of how TNP's story is formatted, it perfectly suits the graphic novel format. The Prophecies Begin kinda struggled with the graphic novel format because there was so much content to cover with only 3 books. There are so many things missing from the Prophecies Begin graphic novels because there's just so much happening in the actual novels. This alone doesn't make the Prophecy Begin graphic novels bad though. In fact, I think they're great. On the other hand, I don't think TNP has this issue. Because of how major events are spaced out in TNP, this leaves so much more room for characters to interact with each other and to cover smaller details that wouldn't be able to be covered in TNP if it had the pacing of The Prophecies Begin. Of course, the TNP graphic novel isn't out yet, so we have no idea how the pacing of it will actually feel like, but I honestly have really high hopes for it. The previews that have been released make me so excited to read the full thing. Like, the character interactions we've already seen are already so good, and I also just love the art style a whole lot. So, before I end this video, what are my hopes for the TNP graphic novel? Well, like I said a moment ago, I have high hopes that the pacing will feel really good, but what about specific events? Well, I think the Mudclaw Rebellion could be super entertaining in the TNP graphic novel. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how that'll be adapted. Like, I'm wondering if any elements from Winds of Change will be incorporated, but I'm kinda unsure how that would work if the POVs remain limited to the same POVs in the actual novels. I also hope the Badger attack remains identical to how it is in the TNP novels, because it's one of my highlights of TNP. Like, especially Sutfur's death. That was such a shocking moment in TNP, so I have no idea how that'll go in the graphic novel. I also hope that when Crowfeather and Leafpool run away, it feels more significant. When they ran away together in the novels, they only left the clans for a few chapters? Like, I feel like that in particular could use a little bit more. And the ending. The ending of TNP. I have a lot to say about the ending of TNP. I don't like it at all. I feel like it's incredibly underwhelming compared to the Badger attack in Book 5. Like, TNP Book 6 feels like more of a prequel to Power of 3 than the ending of an actual arc. I really, really, really hope they make Hawkfrost's death way more dramatic in the graphic novel. Like, it kind of just happened and boom, arc over. And maybe even show Hawk, Frost, and Ash for interacting in the background of a gathering. Like, that would be really cool. And finally, most importantly, he, they, Tallstar, because why not? Anyway, that's kind of the end of the video. I am super excited for the TNP graphic novel, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Goodbye forever.